It's been a long journey, a marathon, I would say, except that when one began training in dance as a young girl, one never knew one would be on a marathon. But this marathon was different and is different because actually the further you go, the more interesting it gets, the more discoveries we make. So this is a marathon which actually inspires us, and there is no finish line. That's the difference. So we keep going and going and going and keep dancing because we're inspired to create. And for me personally, it's an excitement to work with the language of dance, to work with this movement alphabet, to change it, to rearrange it, to redesign it. And through that to actually, discover myself, to discover creativity. So yes, this has been a marathon, and it's strange, I never felt I was coming to this milestone. I mean, the 49th year was just not the same as the 50th. And you might wonder why, but I think because on this journey I see a milestone. And yes, it is incredible, it is astonishing. And one person I really wish was with me is my mother. I lost her 9 years ago, but if she was here, she would have truly been deeply rewarded. So 50 years, it's unbelievable. And all I can say is the gods are kind. They're kind because one can't really dance without some grace, without something from somewhere else. It can't be just the dancer's skill and the dancer's technique and the artist's creativity and the number of performances we've done nationally, internationally. It's not a sum total of all that. At least not for me. I don't believe that the dance is like that. Dance for me requires that something else. And all one can do and has done is to make the body an instrument. All one can do is to prepare the body. Prepare the body, which means obviously the mind as well, is to prepare this instrument to receive. It has to be prepared and kept prepared. It's not about preparing and then letting go because we say, oh, we are prepared. No. It's constant preparation to keep the body, this instrument, alive, to receive. And yes, 50 years, as I said, is a journey, but an amazing one, because it's changed the way I look at life, it's changed the way I interact, it's changed the way of what I observe in life. Being an artist, being essentially starting from being a dancer, being first a student of dance, to being a dancer, to being an artist, my life has changed. And so 50 years brings with it so many thoughts. It's difficult to enumerate it, except to say there are some words which come to mind, like unending, which is partnership, training, expansiveness, passion, conviction, tediousness, frustration, discovery, wonderment. So much of wonderment, which has filled my life. And so, as I said, there are so many other words which I would describe this journey. And it's really not complete without me speaking about my mother, who stood by me, who anchored me, and who believed that classical dance was a form of creative expression. So I grew up with her speaking to me about it, and she never ever said it was entertainment. So she never asked me to make dance janaranjakam, to make it pleasing for the audience. And I'm so glad she did. speak to me about the deeper aspects of dance, because dance is that. It isn't about just the attractive or the seductive or the sensual or the entertainment. It could be that, but guess what? It isn't always only that. And the only way I can perhaps express that is to say, when I look at dance, I feel I'm looking into, say, a water. And when I keep looking at the water, I seem to find something more. Initially, when I look at the water, I'm looking at the waves, I'm looking at the ripples, and it's so attractive, and all that razzle-dazzle and stuff on top. But if I wait and pause and look further and look longer and give myself the opportunity to observe something, then I keep looking, and then I find something else. I look within to see the riverbed. I look within to see what is on the riverbed. Perhaps the fish, perhaps the algae, perhaps the stones, perhaps the pebbles, but I discover more. And dance has been this. So it's difficult for me to just make it entertaining. And frankly, I feel we have so much entertainment anyway in our lives. So why am I adding to the entertainment? Why don't I, and why can't I, and why shouldn't I bring out other aspects of dance? Another vision of dance, another quality to the dance, another resonance to the dance. And I think now 50 years, what has been my path, it's actually been that. To find this other quality to the dance and to stay the course. And sometimes I think, what dancers might feel, what is most difficult is to stay the course, is to be motivated, is to be excited about going in and practicing. It is tough, but all I can say is, if the dancer delights in the dance, not in the performance of the dance, then the utsaham is boundless, then the enthusiasm to train is boundless. That's what, at least in my experience, that's what kept me going. That's what's kept me alive. That's what's given me this awareness in my dance, is because I have a conversation with dance. It's a personal, intimate conversation which actually no one gets into, but it speaks to me and I speak to dance. And that is what has kept me going and will keep me going for however many more years I want to dance. So it's been a journey of deep fulfillment and gratitude to dance and to feel when I dance, to feel that energy in my being when I dance. That takes me to another level of living, and that is a blessing. That takes me to another level of living, far removed from the ordinary, and that is a blessing. And that is something I will hopefully keep walking that path. Of course, all of this would not be possible if I didn't have the strong foundation that my gurus gave me, the strong, foundation to be able to build. Nothing would have been possible without my mother, without what she gave for my art, and how she kept me inspired. In times when times were difficult, when times were very tough, when everything was not going my way, when there was rejection to my work in different kinds of ways. This is earlier on in my 20s and 30s. But she kept me going. It's I think, a great tribute to her and to her spirit. So 50 years, I don't think it's really hit me as yet, but it will sometime, that I've actually done 50 years of dancing. And hopefully with the grace, as I said, without benediction, without grace, it doesn't happen. Without surrender, it doesn't happen. At least this is my experience. Without surrender, without the give, that quality, that something else in dance doesn't happen. And so, yes, it's been a deeply moving journey of tremendous discovery. Discovery every day, discovery in every practice. There's nothing which is boring about dance at all, however many times I might dance it. It's just inspirational. It gives me a purpose to live.